A brand sent me these packing labels, and this video is going to be on the quality and variety of these labels. But for this example, these are the labels that I used. It does come with a marker for usage, but oftentimes we lose stuff when we're moving around, so I used a pen right on here. These labels don't come off very easily. I'm sure that if you use a sticker remover, you can get them off very cleanly, but initially, like, I really have to use my fingernail to bring up the edges, so they're not going to come off very easily when you are moving. For the pen, these labels looked almost waterproof to me. The feel of them is in that range of texture. So I have a wet sponge. We're just going to test how that interacts with water. Okay, so I'm using a good bit of force, and the pen is not coming off. If you ever have an instance when you're moving, if you're moving in the rain, or just simply have some kind of water damage in storage, etc., like, that isn't going to remove the writing on your labels. Now we have the second example with just a few of the labels that I chose. We're going to do the same thing on cardboard. Let me see if I can pull it off the cardboard. I can a little bit. It doesn't come off very easily. In fact, it comes off a little harder than the tote. But if I grab the edge, I can peel it off fairly cleanly. So this example, I have the marker that it came with. We're going to use the wet sponge just as before, just to see how it reacts. Okay. So that isn't coming off either. My assumption in the texture of the labels, that it felt almost waterproof, was correct. And just to prove that this is a wet sponge, I am going to wring it out. Yeah, you can see water coming out of the wet sponge. Just for proof. And now I'll show you the variety of the labels as well. Stickers for notes, fragile items, and heavy items are included in the stickers. Each kind of sticker has a relative amount in ratio to how much you might need it for. So an office has less stickers than the room stickers, which makes perfect intuitive sense. There's a lot of room for writing notes, which I think would be very convenient, and I found that writing with a pen on it, it was easy for the pen to translate.